And you can proper like electric on this one as well, you know what I mean? Like, just go through.
Oh yeah, that's not. I got to say, but the first thing was in the heat of the night, in the heat of the night, in the heat of the day.
So,
how should we start, Daisy?
How has it come about then?
Well, I can't remember when you first came to me, but you said, can I do something with the choir, which is Barnstaple Community Choir, and I said, yes, you can. And I think we knew this concert was coming up, and that's how it evolved.
Yeah, because I said to you, could we do something for the opening of the Baptist church, didn't I? And you were like, oh, well, because I told you what we were going to do, and then you were like, oh, actually, I think that's going to be
too soon.
You said it's going to be too big to fit in the church. But then you were like, oh, we've got
just the right thing coming up,
yeah.
just the right concert coming up, yeah.
Just before the choir started, we saw the mention in the journal, and because I live at Bratton Flat and Terry Nelson and Linda live here, and but I don't know if between us, I don't know if I phoned Linda and Terry or you phoned me, but we saw this in the paper and we both said, oh, that'd be quite good to join that. So we looked up the details and followed it through, and that's we've been members ever since.
For me, I've always wanted to sing in a choir. I haven't been in a choir since I was at school, and it just happened to notice that there was a piece in the local journal that said about the choir starting up. And because I have associations with Newport School, I already knew Frances Bell, so I phoned her and contacted her to find out more about the choir. And it was going to be held at the school anyway, so for me, that was ideal. Phoned up, got the dates, and came along. That's where I met you.
Yeah, and I've been watching a programme on telly called Rock Choir and just thought, oh, wouldn't it be good if there was something like that around here? Then I saw the same advert as you in the journal, and even though it's not really a rock choir, I just thought, oh, I'll go along and join in, and been there ever since, so that's how I joined it.
Yeah, and you came back from the first one and said there's a real shortage of men, so why don't you come along? So till that point I hadn't even thought I could sing anywhere near in tune, let alone be part of the choir, so but it's turned out to be very, very enjoyable.
So I emailed Frances and I came along to the first one and been ever since, and then I asked Catherine if she'd like to join.
Yeah, she sort of said, oh, come along, it's really fun, so I sort of tagged along.
Catherine, I've got Peppa Pig in it.
Have you got Peppa Pig on it? No.
Sorry, love.
Now, gents, I want to just do your part. So we'll go from, oh brothers, I get it right, so, oh brothers, let's go down.
John and I had already worked together on something before. We'd got together. I've known him for quite a long time, but we'd not really got together on a choir basis.
So I thought, well, this is something I've never done. It's completely outside my previous knowledge of music and so on, different kind of music and so on. So I thought, well, why not? Let's give it a whirl.
Okay, let's just do that a bit. Oh, brothers, let's go down, and let's go down. Yes, let's go down, come on down.
I like John.
We like John.
Yeah, he makes us laugh, as you can...
He's got the same sense of humour as us.
Yes. He's very enthusiastic,
yeah.
and
it's fun. It's fun with John. It's fun with Frances as well. It's not, but he's got a very different way of doing things.
Oh, such a funny guy. Such a funny. I think actually he's got such a dry sense of humour.
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
And I really don't know whether he realises how funny he is, but we do.
And I think it's very, very good indeed, and it can't be easy for him with so many of us. and he's obviously a man who likes perfection.
Yeah.
And when he splits us up into sections, it's not easy, I would think, keeping everybody happy. And but overall, I think he does a splendid job.
Yeah, I think John brings a nice balance to the choir, the sort of extra level of technical input into some of the songs. But I think it's been quite challenging because we started afresh with 6 or 7 new songs at the beginning of term, and with just 2 hours a week, it takes quite some time for them to start to drop into place, and especially when you get the more modern ones that Jason introduced.
When we first started doing, when they said Gothic, I thought, a bit dull and dismal and whatever. But when you get into actually the song, because it's quite meaningful and quite good. I mean, I quite enjoy it. We're really enjoying that one. Especially the Dominion and when Mother Russia. That's really really good.
It's something different. We haven't done anything like that.
And to play with a group.
It's nice because they're all young, so it's given a bit of
brought youth to the choir.
Yeah, we're not the youngest there anymore, which is really nice. It's
nice to see young people play and being enthusiastic
and really good.
Yeah.
Jason asked me and Georgia to be in the band. This is when it was going to be in the Baptist church, and then he changed his mind, and we were doing it at the Queen's Theatre instead.
It's rather nice to have younger people who are keen to join in, and it's nice for us to have younger people to sing with. And I think it'd be nice to have more collaboration, really, in the future with groups doing other stuff. Maybe, I don't know. It'd be interesting to experiment a bit and do some stuff with others, like there's Ellie on the saxophone, who I remember doing her antenatals, in fact, alarmingly, and just involving other musicians' guitars, maybe, or whatever, in something we could perhaps arrange or even compose something new for groups to accompany the choir, not just piano, which is all very well, but it's nice to have a bit of variety. So maybe that's the way forward, and using groups to accompany the choir, and we'll just have to think about that.
I found it particularly tricky with some of the people, because they're, because we're all sort of classical musicians who like to sit there and read our music. To try and get a performance out of them, I found pretty difficult.
Yeah, definitely.
And I tried to do a performance workshop, which involved a lot of stupid singing and dancing. Okay, so we go up 3, yeah, so 1, 2, 3. That's right. Right, now see if you can negotiate going around in a circle as well. So you have to, so very... Look at them! It got a bit weird because it got a little bit deeper than I thought it was going to get, as to why we bother doing this as musicians. And I think as a musician you're always a little bit, there's something about you, isn't there? It's kind of emotionally, you use it as a tool, don't you?
Sound brilliant,
because it doesn't matter if it sounds good or not, because the point is you're laughing and you both don't really know the words, but
because that's what I kind of like about choir and ensemble and things like that, is being able to play music with people who are like you, and it's being able to share experiences like that, kind of like when we go to Italy and places like that. Because
it was like embarrassing in some parts, but then you get more confidence with each other as well. Like you get to know each other more.
It's really got people much more comfortable with each other. Sort of, as much as it helped sort of in your self-confidence, you also maybe had a bit more confidence in the other people, the people around you, and seeing them do stupid things was sort of very helpful. You didn't really feel embarrassed about sort of putting on a show around them anymore, which I think was good.
Right. You men
all terribly weighty stuff. This is going to be a little bit lighter, a little bit more fun. Can you just look at one another, please, and give me a smile?
Absolutely fantastic, wasn't it?
Yes, yes.
We learned a lot
From
from
the
it.
stage, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, Robert and I go back 100 years. We worked together for a theatre company, a professional theatre company, a long time ago. And so I trust him, I know him, and I know his philosophy and ethos about education and community. And so for me, having him on board was a huge comfort and a great, great help.
Right, if you're touchy, that's quite nice. I don't mind the way you touch. Just so there is a bit of communication. It's quite nice. Right now, A's. I want you to just... Oh, well, sorry, I was going to A and B.
The standing up, yeah, if you stand up straight, it does make you, I don't know, sing a bit different and breathe. Yeah, and walk onto the stage, you know, not just sort of like this, sort of be proud and people are watching you as you walk on. So just a few little pointers and the breathing. So yeah, it was quite constructive.
As with John, it's nice to be having different people influence us, and it definitely makes you think about how you're singing or learning something. And when Jason plays with his guitar and everything, and everyone just they stop and listen and they're looking, aren't they? Because it's different. But we enjoy it because it's our kind of music that Jason perhaps is teaching us,
as opposed to sort of the older stuff, which is fine.
Yeah,
but it's not been nice to do something a bit different.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, do me and Ellie both.
It's weird because you go da 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 at the same time you go da 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 dum. So those first two notes should be in sync with each other. Da da, and then you just go back to da, and you da 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 dum da.
Who's like relaxed and easygoing. It's like he doesn't put pressure on you.
He just makes it really fun, and everyone has a great time.
Jason's a perfectionist.
If anyone can manage that, well done. Whack it out loud. We may almost have to split the sopranos up, so half of them sing that as well, but we're not going to do that just yet. It's been, I've really liked working with the choir. It's been a real kind of challenge. It's been good fun, but you sort of, and working with the musicians, in fact, you sort of, I've tried not to falter from what I want as the end product, but just how you go about getting to that stage, I find rapidly changes. You come.
It's always a compromise.
Yeah, you come with your one idea about how you're going to do something, and then that doesn't quite work out.
Well, I think it's the largest venue we've actually sang at, so it's
quite scary.
Yeah,
that's scary. Sort of having that many people all paying.
Yeah.
A bit of money to come and see it, as opposed to sort of a free concert, and in that setting, that's quite.
So it puts added pressure, doesn't it?
I'm just a bit concerned that we don't know the songs totally. I know Frances she said, no problem, you're all ready to be able to go and do it, but I just think it's our own confidence that we still know that there are mistakes being made that we would like to absolutely iron out to perfection.
All you ever wanted, someone to truly look up to you. All you ever wanted, someone to truly look up to you.
Yeah, that sounded pretty good to me. Sorry? Yeah, great.
No, well, I haven't got any. You mean that?
No, I think the more people question that, I think the more you think about it, and you might affect you. But I think if we can go over and open mind just after we've done the other course and just walk on, with how we've been told, and that we should be okay. But it is something special, and we all ought to appreciate that. This is a very, I think, a rare opportunity. I can't see us doing it very often, unless we're proved to be very, very good. But we ought to take the opportunity and enjoy it. Go out there and say this, we're going to do our best, and show that we're enjoying it as well.
I think that sometimes, if you've got a little bit of nerves, you've performed better.
I think once everyone gets out there, I think obviously you're going to be nervous, and I think that nerves is a good thing, because I think you perform better under a little bit of like, ooh, gotta get this right. Like, but I think as soon as they get out there, they'll love it, and as soon as they get the applause at the end, it'll just be
hopefully.
Well, who knows? That's the beauty of live music, isn't it? You have absolutely no idea how the final performance is going to turn out. All you can do is practice and practice and get it as right as you possibly can, but there are always problems in the final performance. But I'm sure we'll be able to produce a wonderful performance. The thing about live performance is the liveness of it and the slight unpredictability of what's going to happen. That's the beauty of live performance, and that's what people expect. Slightly on edge. I think if you have a professional musician who has practiced and practiced and got it absolutely perfect, it's one kind of performance. Another kind is the amateur who's done their best with a willing audience, willing them on, and that's another kind of performance, and just as valid, I think. So I'm looking forward to seeing how they cope under a slight pressure, which a live performance always produces.
it's something having a family is something I couldn't do without. It's me, something for me that I enjoy on a Monday for an hour and a half. It's something I really look forward to doing, and I love singing. So it's a nice sort of way to be with a lot of people making a lot of noise and just making lovely sound.
Actually, honestly, for me, I'd never considered singing in the choir until you said, why don't you come along and try? And actually, I really look forward. It's been very pleasurable. It's enriched in an area that I hadn't really expected to ever get involved in, actually, and it's you feel very proud to be part of it, actually.
Yeah.
And every time you do a concert, it's a real sense of achievement. It doesn't matter if it's at the Grosvenor Church or the Park School, it doesn't matter. But every performance you definitely get a lift from,
Yeah, I'd agree. Get a real buzz from being on stage. The very first one we did, it was like, it went by so quickly. And
yes.
So proud of it, and we all look nice in our orange and black. And I'm just pleased to be a member. It's the best thing I've done, join that choir. Everyone's friendly, and you switch off from everything else while you're singing as well. So I think it actually de-stresses you, and you just come away feeling happy. I just look forward to Monday nights, I really do.
I think I've enjoyed it very much. Made some friends, and you probably never met in normal circumstances. Enjoyable, and it's something, especially practice. Monday night, it's something you go into and you enjoy it.
It's definitely been interesting, and it's been nice to work with musicians I wouldn't have worked with, any other way, and meet people I haven't really met before or worked with, and just working in a sort of a bigger band, but sort of somewhat casually, it was quite fun.
No, on the whole, as I say, it's been interesting. It's been quite different from outside my musical experiences in the past, which have been strictly classical, and so I find it a challenge and an enjoyable one.
I thoroughly enjoy it. I wished I'd done it years and years ago. This is one of the best things I've done in my life, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it, and long may it continue.
Truly good.